Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a happier day today?
Yes.
Yes.
Today I didn't. No, it's fine. I mean, yesterday, at least, looking back, if I had lost the Armageddon game yesterday, I would have felt really miserable. So, looking back, I kind of okay about it. And today, obviously, it was nice to take this extra half point from the Armageddon.
Yeah. And how did you feel during the classical game? Where it looked like you were a bit under pressure.
I felt like I should be completely okay. Then somehow some tactics that I was checking was not working. One of the things I calculated here was knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, b4. And I have an emergency solution, which is knight takes b4. Because if he takes, queen a4 check, king f8, rook c8, queen c8, queen takes b6. I can play bishop c3 and then, takes a7. Queen takes a7, I think, is more relevant. And then I can play bishop c3 and king is coming out, and so I should be okay. But cb4, bishop h3, bishop h3 was a move. And I had seen e6, e4, bishop takes a2, and the computer, queen a4 I was going to castle. If queen takes a2, queen takes d3, I thought I'm doing great. The pawn is going. The computer says bishop takes b4, which I had not seen. That would have been quite a move to face at the board. But I mean, you can only enter this line if you see everything at the end. So you see what black is aiming for and what thing, and you think knight b4. So there are a lot of layers for him to unpeel. But this would have been a tough one to face.
Do you regret putting this rook on c8? It's the most natural move in the world, of course, but somehow there were all these tactics based on bishop h3, no?
Yes, it doesn't. I know. I was very aware of that, and I was happy to either sack the exchange if I doubled his f pawns, or got a A or B pawn for it. But this particular thing, I mean, if I don't play rook c8 anyway, he can't seem to play b4. So I should be fine. But I think Artemian Magnus was the same thing, except castles a3 and then he went rook c8 with the queen on d7, and it kind of worked out. So you can see some very hurried preparation after
later
classical.
We need explanations for this bishop takes f3.
Because I have a b5 square and thing. But in fact, there was a very clean, I had got the right idea. Bishop takes f3, bishop f3.
Knight d4.
Knight d4, he can play bishop e4, rook c1, bishop c1, queen d6. Bishop d2, and now simply queen e6. Black is just fine. So this was the key thing, that my idea to bring the knight out was completely correct, but there's just this key move at the end. And now I'm threatening f5, e3, knight b3, and I'm threatening a5 as well. That's the point. So, and if he goes b5, then I can play knight c5. So all I had to do was, that was the little finesse that I had to do. And after that, there's some groveling. I mean, I cannot say I was too concerned. I can curl up and put a rook on c7, something on f6. This is beautiful. My rook is controlling the c file, my bishop is blocking the a file while not being, it's not shut out of the game at all. Because in many situations it will come to e1 as part of the counterplay. So I think here I didn't feel I was in trouble, but if your opponent starts to make a lot of moves, you also have to sit and chug along. So, but I didn't feel even e5 or something like that was called for. I can do it, but why open files? You never know what comes. And by this point I had calmed down, and as Anish pointed out, I had started to gain time. So. But yes.
Yeah.
And then I had to actually check briefly why he was repeating, because he could just offer a draw. It's a past move 30. Right. So why he's repeating wasn't clear to me. But anyway, I checked that the third time I go back, it's because the first time bishop b4 and it repeats twice. So I was happy to finish that one.
We enjoyed the final phase of the Armageddon where he can't move anything. You always made sure he had to go back. It was fun to watch, but maybe it's not the point to start. It must have been enjoyable.
I mean, I could play knight e4 check and nail it if I want. No, not rook d1, but knight e4 with a rook on thing. Here, knight e4 check. bishop e4, fe4, and if he goes rook e2, then I have rook f3 check and e3, and even the king is rolling up. But I didn't see anything that he could do. So
yeah, it was very entertaining.
No, also I had some ideas where I was suddenly going to go. When his rook's on c2 to go rook c1 and so on with this knight d3 4, but it's not necessary. So then I realized I can keep on jumping back and forth. His bishop is run out of squares. So
in such an Armageddon situation here after c3, computer's yelling d3. Of course, you just think this is too much trouble, or how do you?
I saw d3, but I assumed it didn't work because bishop f1. I thought maybe I have to go bishop h6 and then c4 and maybe, but. In almost all situations, if he wins a pawn and even if he loses the exchange, I mean, my evaluation was white must be much better after this. So if the computer wants it, well, it's worth studying why. But for me, it was clear that now c4 will come and it's just not very nice.
Rook e3, bishop f5, and was happy.
Knight h4, bishop e4, and just keeps tagging along.
See. Oh no, wants weird stuff. Okay, wants castles, rook d3, knight d5, which is not very.
No.
Okay. So yeah, it's not realistic for us. Yeah. No, besides I'd seen that I've already played a6, which is nice, and after dc3 castles, this is just a very healthy French or something. Pawns on e7, but it's a French, and you know what I mean. And then rook d8, swap that thing, knight d7 c5. I just think I may be even slightly better here.
Yeah. I don't think there were that many key moments. No, it didn't look like it. Any winning chances, or were
no?
You
I mean, essentially, king e3, I take, and knight b4, and this was exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's very, very pleasant, smooth game. In the end,
yeah.
and the
I mean, he would have to go all the way to b2 and play a3, and even then, he's not breaking through on c5. So there's just so many fortresses.
And now that you played a few Armageddons, are you getting used to everything, or is it still?
It's still quite an experience. The thing is, I have played lots of Armageddons, especially in all the FIDE knockouts that I played. I played a lot of Armageddons. But it was never the first game. It was never the first thing. Here, right away, we were dropped into it. I think that's the adjustment you have to make, because for me, the Armageddon is when you've made 8 draws and you're both, you know, the arbiter just wants to stop this game and move on. And I don't think that's the thing. So it's slightly different, but again, like I said a few days before, I understand why they're doing it. And if it has to be on TV, then you kind of need that
and
decisive
today,
result.
We've had a decisive, well, Black has actually emerged victorious in all 3 Armageddon games.
I noticed that after it's almost the first 3, maybe there was one other Black win, I forgot which one.
I think everyone agreed draws, except they were winning. So Topalov was 4 pawns up.
But Vishy, you have to back me up here as a veteran of the Semislav. We don't have to give away too many secrets, but isn't this bad because of knight takes g5 or even a4, a6, knight g5? I recall in the 90s
but there are details. I think a4 you might be able to play something else.
Yeah, a4 you play some other move,
b4 or something.
That's why I think even direct knight g5.
But I don't know if without a4, a6, my knight will come to c7 and defend the e6 pawn. But it's very long back.
No, it's some 90s stuff, but in the 90s
you might have done more recent work than I have.
I was very surprised because then
besides, I get the idea, but we're no longer in the position where we just express our opinion about anything. It's very concrete just now. So
I understand, it's plus 120.
So you don't really say, well, I feel like this and I feel like that.
No, I was just surprised why they would go for this, man. Anyway.
No, I saw that knight h5 can be revived. I've forgotten the details.
Okay, I was looked forever. I was just very, very surprised because after that, Rajabov just seemed lost, frankly. Either way. Do we have any more general questions? Your preparation, do you feel it has changed in a sense that, I don't know, do you have the same routines like you always had, or do you try to do less or more? How is it?
Well, it's a very nice split because even if the game started at 3 o'clock, your preparation gets split. You would do a bit later in the evening, and then you do a bit the next day. Right. But here, I have no chance to do any work at night. So the idea is we close. After this, that's it. I'll have dinner, go for a walk, and it'll already be 11 o'clock. Though you'll have to look at your watch because the sun is exactly as it was at 8 o'clock. But anyway, so, and then I will only prepare during the day, and then I have a good routine. I work a bit, eat lunch, nap a bit, work a bit more, and come here. And the routine's held up so far.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's working, so won't stop you from dinner any longer. Thank you so much for joining, and best of luck for the rest.
Yeah, thanks.
What do you want to see?
Do you want to see Carlsen's game
yeah,
against
no, suddenly
Shaq?
it seems like he's outplayed Shaq's. He's broken this fortress, this knight on f5 and thing. I don't know how he's going to disentangle now. Maybe he doesn't need to. Bishop f6, bishop c7, bishop e7, and it doesn't matter maybe. But I thought queen f6, knight f5 with a pawn on h5. Now it's very hard to break because if you go f3, g4, then you're weakening h4. And I thought it's almost a fortress kind of. Is this the current position?
Current position is after queen c6. He's still thinking.
Ah, okay.
It's down to 30 seconds, so gotta speed up.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll hang out here. Thanks so much, Vishy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, and good luck in the remainder.
Thanks a lot.
And Shaq has just made a move.
Oh, he went to b3. Okay.
He went to b3.
Oh, but wait.
No, but bishop
Wait.
g6.
Bishop g6.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's happy with that. Takes queen d6. He'll go king at 7, and claim that he is in fact doing okay. Because how are you going to put? And I'll have he's a depasser and something like that. Yeah, I would suspect that we are now well into the realm of tactics, but that would be the logic because I don't see why it was not called for.
You panicked. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Back.
Well, we have to see Magnus's reaction to this because it's somewhat of a surprising move.
It is still very hard to win after that, but look, a pawn's a pawn.
And it gives hope as well. To
well,
Magnus.
bishop g6, king g6, queen d6, king h7, I guess, and then bishop f6 maybe is a place to start. I don't know. But you can take queen d5 check. I have queen f3, and I don't know if this is easy to win or what. Or maybe I should take on f6 and play d3, but then you'll win the h5 pawn with check, and then come to some square like d4. And, it'll be very hard to push because whenever you play queen c2, you'll go queen e4 check and then some move a pawn. If the queen comes to d1, you'll swing somewhere else. No, I think it won't work.
Now with this new wisdom that g and h is often a draw, maybe this is still holding up. He's taken on g6.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, for me it's nuts, but I wouldn't do it. But anyway.
No, but also take a look at Shaq's clock situation. He doesn't have that much time.
Yes. Did he blunder?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's just a blunder that the clock ticked down to 20 seconds. He made a move.
Because still, we didn't see a win after bishop f6, right?
No.
Well, I'm cheating here. Queen d7 just seems crushing, because the bishop ending is winning. So king g6, queen e8.
But then queen f7. Oh, is that winning?
Yeah, you take and king f3.
d3.
Maybe you can show it on the board.
Yeah. So we go king g6, check.
Queen f7.
f7 takes.
King f3, d3.
Bishop
and I have a nice cheapo for you.
e6,
Yeah.
and apparently
and it's
I go back and I round up the pawn somehow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, king e3 is just a threat, so they can already stop.
Wait. No, I can't do anything now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bishop e3 and then king e4.
So that seems to be winning.
Yeah, and Shaq's face gives it away. He knows he's made a mistake. Queen d7. Is that the only path to victory, or the easy path at least?
Computer says the other two moves, okay, it gives pluses, but nothing decisive. But queen d7, it says, is a straightforward win.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it might be the only move that's actually winning, but no, it's easy to spot.
Yeah.
Well, you were just about to go at this exciting point.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave
But I
us at
think
any
he just
moment.
blundered. Yeah, I will leave. But he just, he found
Queen d7
d7.
is